bit of cooking. I'm going to try and make a Victoria sponge. The muffins, I think I put too much banana in them, so they're a bit moist. I've got there 6 ounces of self-raising flour, butter and caster sugar. Got to add some baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons, make sure it's teaspoons. And there's my tins, buttered, grease-proof paper, and then that's buttered as well, so everything's buttered. So I'm going to just mix that and then stick it in those tins. I'll get my food mixer out now, shall I? There it is, bottom shelf. There's the plug, look, it's got a plug. Defrosted the freezer yesterday. And I found a shelf I didn't even know I had. So the wok's gone into there. And the cooling tray. I found extra space. So I get on with that. I started mixing and then I decided I thought I'd better add some eggs. So there's 3 eggs added. So you could argue the eggs officially beat me today because they're super intelligent eggs, look. I said they're intelligent, didn't they? And I wasn't. Until I started mixing, I thought, this is not going to get very wet, is it? So I remembered I needed eggs. And the baking powder is in now, 1.5 teaspoons. So I should carry on mixing. 2 tins full of cake mixture. I'll let Arden, the cat, lick the bowl, and I'll detach those 4 and she can lick those as well. So there's the oven. What recipe said, you look on the internet, and even for the muffins, there's thousands of different recipes, all offering different weights of things and temperatures, and so you know what to do. So I looked at one recipe, Mary Berry, as in for a giant Victoria sponge. So I've resorted to the 666 mixture, and she reckons 170 fan. However, I just check my book, and it said 160 fan, so I split the difference and we've gone for 165. So I now put it in the oven. That's going to be hot, isn't it, I think? There we go. For 20 to 25 minutes. Better set that timer, hadn't I? 21 minutes is past and they don't look too bad, so I think I'll have to get those out and check them. 20 minutes elapsed. The oven is empty because I've just thrown them away. No, I haven't. They're just there. They need the extra 5 minutes. So now they're going to stand for a couple, sit, whatever. Cakes don't really stand, do they? You should make a cake monster. So they're going to stand for a couple of minutes and then go on the cooling tray to cool, and then I shall apply jam and icing sugar. Now out the tins, there's the tins, ready for wash. I got wash up, oh yeah, never mind. There's the, yeah, there's the cakes, cooling and dancing. There's my window. Funny it was. Got to wash up now. So I will. It's not bad process, isn't it, washing up? Cake's so cooling. I think I'm going to wash up at an angle. That's come back to life. I was almost thinking of throwing that away last night. I was using it to clean the sink. Truly is a sign that it's reached the end of its life. Whatever. Tapper. Now I've said that, very good. Look at yourselves. Got to do brain training again, haven't I got to brain training later. I got to be very intelligent. So I'll see what I can do. I was taking some wine as well to be delivered. I got a spare part for my a universal part for my oven. I think I've already said that, haven't I? And well, it might be universal, but the trouble was I couldn't actually see a way to get the old fan off. But it came with a voucher for money off a box of 12 bottles of wine, so naked wine as well, funnily enough. So I got ordered some wine. Of course, the funny thing as well, of course, I went strolling after drinking 2 bottles of wine. Encouraged by the wine. Well, I did that. I went out first time for a wander and took off my shirt as I walked back to my flat. I was still wearing long socks because my legs and feet are so bad. I was wearing long socks, so I was naked apart from that. And then I went out again to get some money, as you do. And I was wearing a shirt that time. I probably would have done the same thing, except I was intercepted by the police. And then went to hospital. I blame my hypnotist, who I've never met, just as well. Ooh! Very hot water. Which is why I wear the rubber gloves, not because I keep my hands nice and soft. I wear rubber gloves because I like the water hot. It's too hot though. Because these are, well, you get better clean, and also it makes it easier to wipe up. So that's why I wear rubber gloves. That's that done. You're really dirty, are you? No. The top time's at 13:55 on the 28th of October. Still Stoptobering. Extra hour, of course. Didn't realise that. Because I was actually awake during the extra hour. You can go in there just to dry off. Don't want your cake to rush you do. Oh, yes, top tip. I remembered. As I was struggling with the first half of Victoria sandwich, tin, a can under there. I'm using the mug now because tin's behind the camera. And it's easy, put a tin on there, and then that. I was struggling to begin with, and now I just remember. Can't advertise now. So yes, that was a top tip. Remember, it's just the nick of time. I'm very good remembering this, say no. 13 at rubbish. And again, I was on the camera and it put me off. And the dishwasher was going and ice was falling in the freezer, so there's my excuse to hopefully at least 13 today. One of the reasons why I decided to do it, as well as prove how intelligent I am, was to show my green screen before it gets painted over, because I've got some new paint coming to go on the wall. When I say coming, it's actually arrived. So yes, so I thought I'd better show a green screen behind me, and blue, because you can use blue backgrounds as well, can't they? Before I paint over it in a blossom white colour. In fact, you will see that because sieves never try well, do they? You can go there as well. I actually had the kitchen roll in the oven earlier when it was cooling down. Reasonably confident it wouldn't catch fire. Because why? Because I had a bit of water spill yesterday and the kitchen roll soaked it all up, and it's my last one, so. I couldn't afford to lose it. There's my scrambled egg balls. It wasn't heavy, it was just difficult to put it in its place in the cupboard. I think that cake might also be done now, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, Arden lit those very well. Much delicious. That's washing up and drying done by me. Right then. Oh, I'm gonna. I could do it, put it on the plate first, just to be. Oh, I'm talking on the camera, like just for it to be presented nicely. Go to that side. Right then, so that's that done. Which is the worst one? I think that one. So you can go there. Look at that. There's that spatula. There it is. Oh, this is surely a posher. I've got my blackcurrant jam mainly because I've only got this or raspberry, and raspberry with raspberry with seeds in is not what you want in a cake, and it's got the seeds. So I've got my blackcurrant. I've got blackcurrants in, of course, but it's preferable to seed. Sit. I made So one made a Victoria sandwich quite a few weeks ago, and one made one before that, and one decided it hadn't risen sufficiently. So one thought, what can one do to make one's Victoria sandwich rise proper? So one put extra baking powder in one's plain flour, all-purpose to some, and it actually actually rose even less. Apparently that's the worst thing to do, which sounds a bit strange, but that's apparently the rule with cakes. Too much baking powder. Right. Push in the centre because it was then squeech. So this one, compared to that, is quite a big success, which is why the camera's still running. Right then, so that can goes on top. I didn't check. No, it's reasonably level my oven. Oh, that's hot. I say it's hot, didn't I? Then, some icing sugar, just to top it off. Ideally, over the cake as opposed to, excuse fingers, ideally over the cake rather than all in one big lump. That didn't go well that first bit, did it? Never mind. I should have done. So there you go. And no, I haven't checked it. Smells alright. The good thing is you just tap it again, you little fall off. Right then, knife. This is why I didn't do the other recipe, wasn't it? It's big enough for me to survive on. That's a big piece as well. Dun dun dun. That looks a little too bad. So there you go. I won't eat it now because it might be horrible. Feels soft. Eat my shake on myself. That's quite nice. Yes, I'll that's quite nice. So there you are. So that's that finished. At exactly 14:05.